ayen kasa TV drop video see na mama say eye nsem no emu eye edi pa nsin mu eye ede nsem mu eye abasem bom nsem no eye sugar ne eye nchini nyina eye de egum na ene de nsem bebre na abeto ye na so mesro say be gibre na kotie nsem na mesro say ye kon na o subscribe na o like na o share the way ere e ma yesne be ya be reach out ama obi be nya bi ahwe obi nso a drop comment eto comment section say be ya de nsem be de e betuja obi nya ahwe. Don't forget say Inksa TV and I watch him.
Na wiase say utimi koton good na oboka eno so de na minim ni di wachi Sammy Gyamfi te sa asem no munim se no sika safa anotewa oberema wandi sima na no ye yawo nti okọ news file so ewo Joy FM na audio kasa bi koto ho o kire say kasa na Afenyo Markins kan no ehun mu pepepe na ode ama no na so bi kan ho asem na se nya woda won konkoye na tu ana enko kisi na fon ho se waya ade na mu wo be kan ye be ye ne ya na ode ashana na mu.
When a man sets out to demonize you and denigrate you and to tag you with something he knows to be false, wages a persistent, sustained smear campaign against your person, and you have an opportunity to respond to that person, you don't give such a person a hug, a peck on the cheek, and a bouquet of flowers. You understand? Like Isaac Newton said in his third law of motion, for every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Afenyo Markins got the response he deserved.
Kan foforo kra kan ho say oye extortionist they say o jisika kuntuna sisika no jeje.
There are many underlying issues between I and Afenyo Markins that you don't know and those watching don't know. I have appeared on News Farm many times. Perhaps in this country, I have held more press conferences on political issues than anybody. Have you ever heard me use the word extortion against any of my critics? Have you ever heard me? Why will I use this word now? And why have you not heard Afenyo say anything about that or challenge me or threaten to sue? So the MPP people talking, there are things you don't know.
No, ankoya ma Afenyo Markins nkampuri oya nsanka o onim sania Sammy Gyamfi esikasa nipa oka won ho asem 2024 kaso kafa kufuado ho kaso kafa ba omia ho anya no kwara ni ade nyina obi edim se propaganda secretary ma the NDC nti Afenyo Markins fire so press conference no ye no yemfa ne se bia propaganda na no ogusi ni refi so wa bam nanso edu ba bi no papa no dwene ho ahu se da bi enu nyamo hoyi kakra bi nipa gidi ketewa bi me ma bofra ketewa we mfa manim enti fam saa enti watu anamafoforo.
Speaker, in the face of the allegations of extortion leveled against me, I have chosen to take high moral ground by submitting myself to the processes of the law. I have accordingly caused writs to be filed in suit number GT 1029/2026, entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markins versus Samuel Gyamfi and Multimedia Group Limited at the Accra High Court, and suit number GR/ACH/CC/C5/02/2026, entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markins versus Eric Ejay.
Na no manfoforo anso betua na manfoforo no na abranti bia wofre na Eric Ejay ono so akotre Peace FM ahoro na pepepepepe apamatare de ahye no tutu na afu asema na yiye esiko no maketo asa na ina na keka bom na osidabi wode ye na anye wo ya wonja ofaye na woyam so ye wo ya na se wanwe wo sea wonye hu aduru ma me nkire mmofere se emra wo ho na me ye mrani.
If you have a extortionist as your leader, you have a problem as a party. And I am telling you here, if Afenyo so there, you be there no.
Na den asem na ba. Ni aba ne se onabo Afenyo Markins friends and chrofu nhiem. No de to wonim. IMF krata bi a woda na di. De kire Ghana for say good board. aton sika kokko na wabo echika 22 billion Ghana cedis, 1.7 million dollars. Na sanchiri mu no ena Sammy Gyamfi so osa hen wagumeni wase sama okafa me hono enya kono enye de kra na wa Afenyo Markins wutimi beka obi asem sa hey na wa wona na manfo offices na wo sresrade ugigi scan ya de na ure fisa oba me nchen ba me nchen be bunkutu gise me ma wiskana de na aba no me mfa nkoso wo de kwakosovo problem bi dia ma parliament na me ma sika se na parliamentarians na oye dom kuba no utisa uru kwakotwi wo mnimu na said be a good board asemi one canopy we refiana it is Sammy Gyamfi e kan asem no na momi nkutie onabo Afenyo Markins ne press conference no na fi yewia ye de Sammy Gyamfi muaya ode ama no beba efi muaya na chi no osahene Afenyo Markins watu anamon fufuru bi na yemfa nu ntwato na yemfa dwumade ne mrawi nti for now no mumi nkutie press conference onabo Afenyo Markins oye ni mra.
In fact, the Gold Board chief executive said the IMF itself did not understand the transaction. He said publicly that he thinks the IMF doesn't understand. All the economists at the IMF, he said they didn't understand. He accused my friend Kojo Oponkruma, who did BCom at Kivas, that Kojo doesn't understand accounting. I did BCom. Of course, I abandoned Nisam along the line and did my law program. But Kojo completed his BCom. BCom is accounting. He accused Kojo that he doesn't understand accounting. He said this on TV3 program. Then he went on to attack our colleague, the chartered accountant, former Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, and chair of the Public Accounts Committee, a fourth termer in Parliament, Honorable Abuna Oseyasari, also accused her. Then I took the last hit. But what the Gold Board chief executive has forgotten is that when initially the fees were around 15% and the minority raised the first red flag and the press conference was held by our respected colleague Oponkruma on our behalf, there was an immediate emergency board meeting, a joint emergency board meeting by Gold Board and Bank of Ghana, and they quickly reviewed the fees to 9%. That was the first point of indication of the minority. According to them, we are ignorant. If we were that ignorant, why is it that when we raise a red flag, the 15% that they were charging, they reduced it to 9%? That was the first point. And when we escalated it through a motion on the House floor, they now went further and reduced it to 5%. So the question is, all those initial losses, now we want to put away IMF, all those initial losses, if the charges were legitimate at 15%, why didn't they remain the way they were? So the minority must be commended.
Atiefo asem si wo nsantrefo nhimdi nase mbra dom kumano banodani eye osahen Afenyo Markins eye MP4 ofrendai winiba somebody to guano eni na obi be bisas eye no kware I am a fofo ena edisa asebe beto ho se ne awo huni isan se one would diagore a won sika sem no won fa diagore sana IMF International Monetary Fund say what won sika diagore anka dwuma ku no ka gudadada inti FS ka hon konta de expect accountant a wogu ho no enya accountant ketwa impo sa akasa wo de buy no ana some wo de betu gwai o Sammy Gyamfi so won for wasem fi ho won kura won ye credible IMF internet say asem a abeda ho a wotutu ne sre ene abasa say good board aboka $1.7 million. That's 22 billion Ghana cedis. Na we are say ultimi koton gold now boka. And so de na minim ni di wachi. Esan say woko nwure mu ho na koto gold na. Obeton fo galamsey fo no ho. Nti na galamsey no etuntimi ntwa no. O establish gold board no also emrada ho nti no obi obetu gold wa asati subia se woton ma gold board. Enti galamsey no kutu a onim se me wo ba bia meton ana obi ba beto nti ene me wa kutu nso. Enti wo hwo man peni John Dramani Mahama tamono beba power 2024 na ne nkrofo say Akufo-Addo declare state of emergency. Sammy Gyamfi no koye press conference o riba pra ho okujita abra kwa kote sensu bi egu votiki mu na otututu din ni ade nyina na ote sensu na se no na gada fa adwene na se NDC bidie konwe dia ensu ni nyina ne bete wan enne ensu na potos nkan denti yen a kire fa akwa wutu gold na obokwa koton inti sa wo market no wo hode a na demand de so wo hode a wo adentra wo produce because demand no ho inti Sammy Gyamfi tis asem no munim se no sikasafa anotewa oberema wendi sima na no ye yawo nti okọ news file so ewo o friend then Joy FM na audio kasa bi koto ho na mumien ko ne nkotie Sammy Gyamfi nkomo na odi wo news file so ene ne okaka fafa Afenyo Markins ho o kire se kasa na Afenyo Markins kan no ehunwe pepepe na odi ama no na so bi kan ho asem na se nya woda won konkoye na tu ana enko kisi na fon ho se waya ade na mu obeka na ebe ye na ya na odi asha na mu kasa o kan wo Joy FM interest se ni okaka ye nyina ebo apaye mumye ko ne nkuti Sammy Gyamfi e wo news file so.
You are CEO of a very important state institution. You are contributing greatly to the stabilization of, our economy, so to speak. And yet, when you hold a press conference, they expect the Sammy Gyamfi CEO and not the Sammy Gyamfi who was doing political campaign, speaking for his party. Your choice of words directed at the minority leader and some other persons. What do you have to say about that? Because one of your own, Vanderpoy, even had to say that you miscommunicated.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's under siege. He's had to come and apologize.
All right. Now, I'll deal with these two issues quickly. Right now, you've hosted me for more than an hour, I guess, right?
We're into the hour now.
Have I spoken like a chief executive officer or as a
You've been dealing with numbers in ways that some people may not even grasp.
Good. So, you see, when a man sets out to demonize you and denigrate you and to tag you with something he knows to be false, wages a persistent, sustained smear campaign against your person, and you